Good afternoon, good morning, good evening. I'm Gene Rossov. I'm the president of Iodine Products. Our video today is about a wonderful, relatively new product of ours that we've had available for the last 2 or 3 years. It's called the Passive Molecular Iodine Inhaler. Its purpose is to deliver molecular iodine to the body. It does this by allowing you to inhale molecular iodine. There's a huge difference between the iodine you inhale and the iodine you eat. The difference is that molecular iodine, which is 2 atoms of iodine joined together as a molecule, is an extremely active, effective, and completely natural antibiotic. It kills all known infectious disease organisms. These include viruses, bacteria, parasites, a class of ancient organisms called archaea, as well as funguses and molds. In our evolutionary history, iodine was what we breathed in all the time. If you lived on one of the famous Blue Zone islands or the peninsula in South America, where people live to be over 100 years old, and typically 3 times as many people live into healthy and successful old age than they do here in the United States, you would be breathing ocean air all the time. This is as true in Okinawa as it is in Sardinia, as it is on the western coast of the peninsula of Mexico. Molecular iodine is what whales breathe all the time. So do other sea mammals like dolphins, orcas, seals, walruses, and aves like seabirds. They have long, healthy lives. Whales fairly frequently live to be over 100 years old, even though, given how huge they are, they should actually die very young, but they don't. And in part, they don't because of molecular iodine. All the iodine in the world is in the ocean, few exceptions like the Atacama Desert in Chile. And if you live in the ocean, you're going to breathe iodine in every breath you take. And what it will do for you is keep you healthy, keep you from infectious disease organisms, keep you from the overpopulation of dangerous infectious disease organisms. Our product, the Passive Molecular Iodine Inhaler, is an attempt to duplicate some of our evolutionary history in a convenient, easy-to-use device. I'd like to show it to you today. It looks like this. It's very simple. It's very elegant. It's very simply designed. If you purchase one, it'll look exactly like this. Some of them are in blue. Occasionally we get some in red. Our manufacturer has sometimes problems manufacturing the colors we want. And it only has really 3 pieces. It has a bottom, a top, and an intake area, and it has a place where you breathe in. When you first get it, it won't have any liquid in it. This one is the one I use routinely, so it has some iodine liquid in it. When you first get it, it'll be empty, and so you simply open the top, and that's pretty easy to do. You unscrew the top, screwing it counterclockwise, and you set it down. And what you've got is a more or less conical cylinder. You then take your bottle, there are 10 of them in your package, and you put the contents of the bottle into here. And I'm going to do it right now. Open the bottle. God willing, it hasn't leaked. And you pour it in here. Seems pretty easy, doesn't it? You can dispose of the bottle. You then take the top that you removed, put the top back on, screw it on clockwise, like this. Snug, but not really tight because you're going to have to take it off again. And then you're ready to use it. You see the volume of iodized water in the bottom. This is 10% iodine, solution of 10% concentration of iodine. And you simply breathe in like this. It's working when you hear it chirping like that. It likes to make noises. And it does, it always chirps. Sounds like a bird in springtime. And you'll see the bubbles and the water bubbling around and the air going through. And what happens is really you're pulling air through this aperture here, down into this pole that's in the middle of the machine. And then the air is being pulled up here and coming into your mouth and lungs. That's it. Every 7 or 10 days, you open it up again, rinse it, clean water, pour in another bottle, put it back together, and off you go for another week or 10 days. Each bottle will last about a week to 10 days. So there is, that's the whole product. It's that simple. I'd like to tell you a little bit more about why you might want to consider to use it. There are many, many reasons. Let's divide that up into general health reasons, longevity reasons, infectious disease reasons. In terms of general health, we really should be taking in every day a certain amount of iodine. According to the now 75-year-old recommended daily allowance, we should be taking in, as adults, about 150 micrograms a day of iodine. If you use this device 2 or 3 times a day, you'll get that 150 micrograms of iodine. You can also eat your iodine. It's far more common in seafood than it is in anything else. There's some in dairy products. I'm not going to tell you why there's some in dairy product. It's completely by chance. The milk you buy today can have a modest amount of iodine. The milk you buy tomorrow may have none. There's a bunch of reasons for that. None of them are good reasons because it's not controlled. Do you use iodized salt? You might. How long has that salt container, that box of salt, been sitting in your cupboard? If it's been sitting there for more than a month, it doesn't have any iodine in it. Iodine is very volatile. It's so volatile that when you breathe this thing, the iodine comes out of solution into the surrounding air. It's sucked out of solution and it goes into your lungs and then into your bloodstream. Iodine is very volatile. It doesn't stay in salt for very long. At the end of 2 to 3 months at maximum, there's 0 iodine in your iodized salt. And all you're getting is the potential for some heart disease from the excess sodium. I'd like to tell you about the action of iodine in your body. When you eat iodine, as in the case of iodized salt or milk, drink milk, or eat fruits and vegetables, a few of which still have some iodine in it, not most. What happens is that iodine goes into your stomach, where instantly, by the action of the gastric acid in your stomach, it is changed to a different form called the anion or iodide version of iodine. And it's changed to that because that's the version that your thyroid most efficiently needs to produce thyroid hormones. Your thyroid produces two types of thyroid hormones, one more than the other, T4 and a little bit of T3. And then that T4, thyroid hormone 4, if you will, tetraiodothyronine, circulates around in your bloodstream and then goes and does its work of regulating the activity of all of your organs and cells. And I mean all of them. The rate at which your cells produce energy, the energy that you need to live and breathe and move and think, that rate is determined by iodine, the iodine in your thyroid hormones. But you need thyroid hormones. Without sufficient thyroid hormones, you'll be tired and sick. If you have too much, probably quite a lot much, you can also get sick and you'll feel nervous, anxious, and cold. But today, these days, it's difficult to get enough iodine. There are complicated reasons why, but at the end of the day, it's because of the way we produce our food. Our food is no longer watered by iodine-laden ocean clouds. It's watered by well water and river water, which has virtually no iodine. And so the plants have no iodine. And the animals that eat those plants have very little iodine. And we, therefore, don't have enough iodine. Most of us don't get enough iodine. So that's the, if you will, enteric route, the route through your mouth and stomach into your bloodstream for iodine. The second route is the breathing route, the respiratory route, which is the ones that all sea mammals use and all coastal dwelling mammals survive on. And the people in Okinawa breathe every single day of their lives. It's part of the reason that they live so long. It's one of many reasons, but it's an important one. And you can duplicate that. And the reason that breathed in molecular iodine works so very, very well is that it is absolutely brilliant at fighting infection. We're attacked every day of our lives by infectious disease organisms in the air we breathe. It's a normal concomitant of being alive. What keeps those microbes in check? Your immune system. Iodine plays a key role in your immune system, not just in the production of thyroid hormones, but in your immune system. If you aren't getting enough iodine, you can have all types of infectious disease, chronic problems that are really serious and destroy the quality of your life. Molecular iodine is not changed to the iodide anion form before it enters your bloodstream. It goes directly from your lungs via the passive molecular iodine inhaler into your bloodstream. And there, it works a great deal of magic, killing infectious disease organisms with extraordinary efficiency. Iodine molecules and iodine atoms have an extraordinary amount of energy. And they use that energy for one purpose only, to destroy infection. And that infection can be parasites. It can be viruses. You know plenty of them. Famous ones like the virus that causes COVID-19, the SARS-CoV-2 virus. Viruses like respiratory syncytial viruses, which are the viruses that cause colds, bacteria that cause lung, blood, and organ infections, and there are many, many, many. And iodine combats all of them and typically kills them in seconds, not minutes, but seconds. And as it circulates through your blood, some of it is changed to the iodide form by the various organs through which it goes and becomes useful to the thyroid. So it helps with your basic iodine sufficiency, the iodine you need for your body to work properly. But the other percentage of it, the 60% that isn't changed, the molecular iodine, helps to fight infectious diseases. One of those diseases that iodine is quite good at fighting is what we would call a non-infectious disease, cancer. Over 25 years of research shows that iodine at the level of 2 to 3 milligrams a day is effective at fighting, first, breast cancer and other related sexual organ cancers, prostate cancer, ovarian cancer, fallopian cancer, uterine cancer. That research is now over 25 years old. It's reasonably well known in the field, not especially well known by your doctor, but the doctors who know about it. It's difficult to get molecular iodine if you're not breathing it. If you'd like to move to Okinawa, you could breathe it every day. Routinely, you won't get a lot of it with every breath, but over the course of a day or two, you'll get something like 800 to 1,000 to even 1,500 micrograms of iodine, far more than the recommended daily allowance promulgated by our healthcare agencies like the NIH and the CDC. But with this device, you'll be able to get the recommended daily amount of iodine and more, should you think it appropriate, should your doctor think it appropriate, should your research tell you it's appropriate. And it may well be that that molecular iodine can be useful in fighting some of the most dangerous and frighteningly dangerous diseases of our time. If you have questions about the passive molecular iodine inhaler, you can go to our website. It's inhaler.me, easy to remember. And you can call us. You can call, one of us will answer the phone, and we'll try to answer your questions. We can send you literature. We're happy to do that. Lots of it. There are many, many good clinical studies that demonstrate the extraordinary efficacy of molecular iodine in its battle against infectious and non-infectious disease organisms. We look forward to hearing from you. Call us anytime. Take a look at our website. You can give us a call, and we'll be happy to hear from you. Thanks so much for listening. We really appreciate the opportunity to speak with you.